Well, guys, it looks like Alex Murdaugh may be getting a new trial. According to new reports, South Carolina's highest court has placed an appeal for a new trial on its calendar, and that's for Alex, who, as you know, is accused of killing his wife Maggie and his son Paul Murdaugh. Reportedly, the South Carolina Supreme Court will hear his appeal on February 11th, so in about 2 months. That's according to an updated court calendar that just came out. So on March 2nd of 2023, a jury convicted Alex of murdering his wife and son at the family's hunting property at the dog kennels, which was in Colleton County. They were shot to death on the night of June 7th of 2021. I still can't believe it has been that long ago. I followed this case every day like crazy, looking for new updates. Now, Alex's defense team has reportedly asked that he get a new trial and claimed that he didn't receive a fair trial for his first one because of alleged jury tampering by Becky Hill, who was the Colleton County Clerk of Court. Now, to begin with, Jean Toll actually denied his request for a new trial. Jean is reportedly a South Carolina Chief Justice who is retired. She reportedly presided over his trials since he was convicted of the murders of Maggie and Paul. Jean acknowledged that Becky Hill was not credible, and she let the public attention that she was getting get in the way of her job and duty to the public. Furthermore, Alex's attorneys claimed that the investigation into the murders of Maggie and Paul was flawed for numerous reasons. First, they said that prosecutors actually ignored evidence that they said would have exonerated Alex. They also said prosecutors mispresented forensic findings and relied heavily on inflammatory but irrelevant financial evidence to distract from the absence of proof that he murdered his wife and son. The attorneys for him said that the evidence actually shows a really contaminated crime scene with ignored alternative suspect evidence. His attorney said that first responders who arrived to the scene to begin with of the murders, they trampled through the crime scene and the feed room, and that they destroyed potential evidence. I've heard that for years. Some of that evidence reportedly included bloody footprints that may have belonged to the alleged perpetrator. His attorneys further said that crime scene forensic agents from SLED, or the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, didn't even attempt to lift fingerprints from the feed room doors or the doorknobs or the entrance area, which is where Paul was killed. And if that's true, that's crazy. They said that was a fundamental failure in any homicide investigation. And well, if it's true, I can agree with them on that. They also said that very noticeable tire tracks were seen in wet grass and that they didn't match any of Alex's vehicles. But guess what? Those tire tracks were reportedly never followed or investigated. His team also said investigative malpractice caused the loss of important forensic evidence. Now, according to reports, the prosecutors are saying he shouldn't get a new trial and said that the jury found him guilty because he was obviously guilty, not because 3 jurors heard Becky Hill's foolish and fleeting comments about his testimony that was about to happen in court at his trial. So what do y'all think? Does he deserve a new trial? I'm going to say this, don't come after me. We all have our differing thoughts and opinions, and that's fine. Now, let me first say I know Alex Murdaugh is crooked. I get it. I know he is guilty of several crimes like financial issues, and he's got issues big time. But I just can't decide on whether or not he killed his wife and son. I don't know if I believe it. I've heard so many things that would go against that. Now, to begin with, I was sure he was guilty of it, the murders. But in my opinion, I think he does deserve a new trial. I do feel like he'll be found guilty again. That's just my opinion. He's going to be in jail for the rest of his days likely anyway because of all the financial crimes he committed. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. And for more updates into this case and other true crime news, make sure to follow and subscribe if you're over on YouTube.